Now, this is a mechanical meter, and this is a new solid state meter. There's no moving parts. Look at this one, there's moving parts, gears. I'll open this one up. Okay. You'll notice inside the board, it's all electronic. There's some CTs, current transformers, potential, wires. There's a radio board here, which, as you notice, maybe you don't notice, meter readers are kind of a dying breed, if you will. We don't send meter readers in the backyard. Now we were able to read this meter 3 and 4 blocks away, and we're currently installing some equipment that we put on towers, and we're able to read the city with these collectors in 3 different places. So we're able to pull data, real-time usage, can control thermostats, kind of a load control system. So I brought some to check a meter. This is a little single phase meter test unit that you can pull it off. Let's say I've got a high bill and I'm concerned that the always obvious problem is the meter's running too fast. So we have technicians that will send out, go and install this, and then we get to run a test. They get to see the results. We hand it to them. They get to see the results right then and there and show if it's fast or slow. So that's a plus. We don't need to take that back to the shop. We get to hand it to the customer, and they get to see that. So that's one of the pluses they'll learn through the school. The instructor aspect of the school is through a 4-semester course, they can obtain a journeyman meterman card. So essentially, 4 years you're able to journey out and you're a card carrying meterman. Right now in the industry, I would say they start off right now as a first-year apprentice. Their pay is going to be $22 to $25 an hour, and journeying out to about $35 an hour. So they make fairly good money. It's a great profession. 20 years into it, it's awesome. This is a meter base that I've just brought in. What we'd go over the purposes of the meter base. You need to know what you're metering, what meter goes on what service, how to disconnect it, look for theft. As the price of power becomes more expensive, people are more daring and more willing to take a chance in trying to divert or steal the power. So we go into that aspect. Like Blake was out there, we talked about conductor. This is a great big primary conductor. It's you notice this is copper in the middle, and I'll send that around. It's pretty heavy. It's really heavy. This is a test switch that we could mount in the bottom of the meter base. Some lingo. It's a 10-pole test switches. We'd go over that, install it. This the classroom that we've got out here, we've got some test panels, some meter bases. We'd wire them up, and first-hand knowledge of going through it and troubleshooting, which coming from a small utility may not have the ability to run through some of the scenarios that we can run through at school. So it's a great facility. In here, I built this after seeing those big arcs and sparks out of the trailer. This isn't much, but I wouldn't want to be hit by it. It's just a transformer out of an oil furnace in a home. It's 190,000 volts, and I built it to where it should just a little Jacob's ladder. As it runs, you can start to smell the oxygen starting to get ionized, and so is it the humidity, and it'll start jumping across. Well, I was doing a demonstration in a school, and the kid, well, when I was growing up, they were called Hyper, but I guess he was HDD, or I turned my back to plug it in, and he grabbed it. It gave him a little throttle. It'd be about 2 times the electric fence, but he felt it. So I can get it going. It's not near as exciting as these are 600. Blake was showing the 20,000 volt rubber gloves. These are 6,000 volt rubber gloves. So we got the leather protection rubber glove. Voltmeter, hard hat. These are pretty important aspects of the job. To this voltmeter, I believe it's, at the time I bought it, I think it was about $2,500. It's a little better than the one that you can get at Radio Shack, or it's a high-end fluke. It measures amps, and then we can measure the voltage too on here. It does the sine waves. It talks about harmonics, amps, and it's pretty fancy. Some of the that meter test set's about $3,500. They've got a meter test set that's out on the bench that's about $35,000. So, with that said, some of this equipment is pretty expensive, but like I said, this is the cash register of the utility. So, if we purchase $30,000 or $30 million worth of power, we want to make sure that we capture every kilowatt hour that flows through the meter. So it's a very important aspect of the utility. So with that said, I've taken my 15 minutes, and Joel gets to take the rest, so I'll turn it over.